Hi, my name is Heather Hardy, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
This is Amanda, the real deal Serrano, and you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
Hi, I'm Courtney. And I'm Janita. And you're watching Blue Blood Sports TV.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, 135-pound lightweight, world champion, 2-division world champion, Gervonta Tank Davis, superstar boxer, has been under extreme scrutiny. Now coming from Hall of Fame boxer, legend, Bernard the Executioner Hopkins, and colorful analyst and trainer, Teddy Atlas, right? They both feel that Gervonta Tank Davis is overrated, and they feel like he refuses to fight anybody worth note. They don't like the fact that he went 12 rounds with a guy who's far past his prime and had an injury in Yuriorkis Gamboa in the last outing, and they feel like he's not disciplined, right? Missing weight multiple times, actually losing his titles on the scale one time. So they feel like, his power could be slightly overrated, and just him as a boxer could be overrated. My thoughts is this. I don't believe that Gervonta Tank Davis is overrated. Do I believe that, his power may have suffered as he moved up in weight? Strong possibility, because he's not a huge fighter. He's not big. He's not a big guy, right? He's explosive, though. He has he comes from an explosive angles. He's very athletic, and he's very vicious. So, yes, he's determined to get you out of there with almost every single punch. But he made adjustments against Yuriorkis Gamboa. He took his time because he felt and he saw that Yuriorkis Gamboa wasn't leaving with just one punch. He wasn't going to shake his foundation with just one punch, being Gamboa's foundation, right? So he ended up taking his time, and he boxed, right? Sometimes these fighters can be in a lose-lose situation. If they knock you out, they say, if he would have knocked Gamboa out, who's chinny, he was supposed to do that. He goes 12 rounds with Gamboa and boxes, then he's overrated. He doesn't have any power, right? He fought Pedraza. I would love to see Gervonta Tank Davis step up in competition. I believe that there's a future in him fighting Leo Santa Cruz, who's a 4-division Mexican superstar boxing world champion in his own right. Leo Santa Cruz has a loss on his resume to Carl Frampton. He avenged that loss. He came back and beat Carl Frampton. So, that's a big fight. I think that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to beat Leo Santa Cruz. I think that he's going to stop Leo Santa Cruz. I think he's just too athletic, too explosive, and, too accurate for Leo Santa Cruz. I believe that a lot of this comes from and stems from that a lot of people feel like, the way he's perceived from his promoters, that being Hall of Fame boxer and pound-for-pound legend, undefeated 50-0, Floyd Money Mayweather, and the CEO, Leonard Ellaby. They claim that Gervonta Tank Davis is the face of the sport of boxing. They feel like he's the biggest superstar in the sport of boxing. And a lot of people don't take to that too kindly because he hasn't been in the ring with that level of competition to be awarded with that jacket. And so this is where I believe Bernard Hopkins and Teddy Atlas are coming from. In Bernard Hopkins' case, he has investment in the situation. He has a dog in the race because he has Ryan Garcia, undefeated, lightweight, rising star, right? Ryan Garcia has been calling out Gervonta Tank Davis for quite some time. Oscar De La Hoya feels like, should Ryan Garcia get past his next opponent, and then he moves on, he feels like he wants to see Ryan Garcia in the ring with Jorge Linares. And once he passes those tests, Oscar De La Hoya feels like Gervonta Tank Davis is next. So he wants to see Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis in the ring against one another within 2 fights. He wants Ryan Garcia to get 2 more fights in before he puts him in the ring with Gervonta Tank Davis. Originally, Oscar De La Hoya stated that Gervonta Tank Davis was head and shoulders above where Ryan Garcia was, and he felt like that wasn't a good option to put him in the ring. He said that, Gervonta Tank Davis is a beast. These are exact words from Oscar De La Hoya, the promoter of Golden Boy Promotions, promoter of Ryan Garcia, and partner with Bernard Hopkins. He said that, Gervonta Tank Davis was a beast, and he believed that he was too far ahead in the game for Ryan Garcia at the moment. Ryan Garcia will be facing Francisco Fonseca February 14th, Valentine's Day. Francisco has a record 25-2-2, right? He just beat Romero Duno, who was 21-1. So, Ryan Garcia is very tall for the division. He's 5'10". He has 70-inch arm reach. Young guy, 21 years old. So this is where Bernard Hopkins comes in, because he has a dog in the race, and Ryan Garcia. That's a fight I want to see. I don't think that Ryan Garcia will be able to withstand the onslaught of a Gervonta Tank Davis, the explosive power and athletic ability, but who knows? So they feel like in 2 fights, he'll fight Francisco Fonseca February 14th, and then Oscar De La Hoya says he's going to go on to fight Jorge Linares should he be successful and victorious against Francesca. And then he wants to see him in there with Gervonta Tank Davis. More than likely, we're going to see Gervonta Tank Davis' next fight, as Leonard Ellaby said, it will definitely be on pay-per-view. And that fight, more than likely, is going to come at the hands of Leo Santa Cruz on pay-per-view event. So this is a direction they're going in. As far as Teddy Atlas breaks down fighters. He's a trainer, so he goes a little bit far in depth. And Teddy Atlas just feels like he's a little bit overstated. So we got to see Gervonta Tank Davis in there with the big names, the upper echelon in his division, in and around his division, and make a name for himself. Let's see how it all plays out. But to say he's overrated, I don't think that he's overrated. And I understand where Bernard Hopkins is coming from, but I believe he's going to beat Bernard Hopkins' fighter, Ryan Garcia. And I believe that Bernard Hopkins believes that, right? And maybe Bernard Hopkins sees something in Gervonta Tank Davis that he feels like Ryan Garcia can exploit. Well, if that's the case, then they would have put him in there now. They want him to get more experience before they put him in there, so how overrated could he be? If your fighter needs 2 more fights and against southpaws to get acclimated to fighting the upper echelon in the boxing world, then that means that Gervonta Tank Davis can't be that far overstated, because you don't feel like your fighter is even ready for him right now. And as far as Teddy Atlas, his opinion is his opinion. I personally don't think that Gervonta Tank Davis is overrated, and I think that he will prove that once he steps in the ring with Leo Santa Cruz. And this is another fight people are going to claim that Leo Santa Cruz, it's true, not claim, because let me rephrase that, because they're going to say that he's coming up in weight. He will be coming up in weight. He had 1 fight at 130, and if he fights Gervonta Tank Davis at 35, then he's coming up from 126. He had 1 fight at 130, then he's going to 135 to fight arguably the best fighter at 135. That's a huge leap. But Leo Santa Cruz, nonetheless, has been calling for a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. He feels like he could beat him, so make it happen. That's a huge name. He only has 1 loss on his resume. He's battle tested. He's 4 division world champion. Can't take nothing away from Leo Santa Cruz, so make it happen. And then you move on, let's see how he does, with the rest of the 135-pound division. You got the likes of Devin the Dream Haney, WBC lightweight world champion, 135-pound world champion. You got Teofimo Lopez going into a fight. He holds the IBF. He's going into the fight with Vasil High-Tech Lomachenko, superstar 135. Well, he's actually probably the best 135-pounder in the world, right? They're going into a unification bout. And we'll start to see Gervonta Tank Davis against these guys. Javier Fortuna. Let's see it. Let's see it. And then we can start to make our decision. I know a lot of people says he's young. Well, he's not that young, because he's 25 years of age. So, it's about time that we see him in with the best. But overrated, I don't believe so. But that's all I got for y'all. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, hit hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Hey, this is Jasmine. Thank you for watching Blue Blood Sports TV. Hola, soy Jasmine. Gracias por ver Sangre Azul Deportes TV. Gracias.